Marvel Spider-Man 2 video. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing how Marvel Spider-Man 2 has a chance to recreate two of Black Cat's most iconic comic book moments. So if you guys are excited, make sure you guys go ahead and leave a like on the video. And without a doubt, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So this article comes from thegamerant.com and it says, Marvel Spider-Man is unbound to any established Spider-Man lore, meaning that it can have its cake and eat it too, with whatever content it would like to have. Some characters definitely share commonalities with previous iterations, and there are other explicit comic book references interwoven in certain situations, such as the imagery shown when Peter Parker frees civilians in the Fist Tower siege. Likewise, Marvel Spider-Man could choose to inherit these comic book storylines fully if it wanted to, but Insomniac seems intent to carve its own path for the character instead, while splicing these references in for some fan service. Now, for these guys who obviously don't know what I'm talking about Black Cat, aka, our girl Black Cat, aka the one that gave us the dark suit in the game. But following that, it says, now that Marvel Spider-Man 2's principal characters have been revealed, there are a few implications that can be made about where its story may go and what it might reference from particular comic book runs, because Peter has the black suit and Kraven appears as a villain. For example, it's easy to assume that Marvel Spider-Man 2 could find a way to represent Kraven's last hunt. There are already a lot of moving parts to Marvel Spider-Man 2's narrative, and a lot probably hasn't even been hinted at, but Kraven's datapad and its map of potential great contenders in New York City point toward a couple of comic book moments the sequel could replicate between Black Cat and Venom. Now, obviously with that, you may ask, there's a lot of references from Kraven's Last Hunt that are obviously going to be involved, but I don't feel like they're going to do that because, as you guys know before, Brian said they want to have their own story as their own original story, but seeing as that they could include a little bit of reference to the Black Cat comic for the game that came out, I wouldn't mind seeing that at all, because we do not know the history. Like I said, we do not know the history of Spider-Man and Black Cat in this game. We just know that they went out. But following that, it says, Spider-Man's Venom interrogates Black Cat. In one of the most brutal, if not overlooked, acts of violence related to Venom in the comics, Amazing Spider-Man issue number 316, has Venom savagely beat Felicia Hardy's Black Cat for information about Spider-Man's whereabouts. Unlike comic book action, panels showed horrendous violence, with Black Cat having her face broken and slammed into a surface, and she is left kneeling on the floor with her costume in tatters. Now, I'm not even gonna lie, I did not read Amazing Spider-Man issue number 316, but I feel like that can't really be something that can't replicate, especially if they want to do that, because if whoever is going to be Venom obviously is going to figure out where the location is, and when Black Cat coming back, we don't know what's going to happen, and we don't know how. Following that, it also says, the beating doesn't continue, but it leaves an incredible impact on Todd McFarlane's art, as the hulking villain bends down to Black Cat while holding her hair in his fist, because Black Cat was a profound part of Marvel Spider-Man's DLC and has been shown on Kraven's datapad in Marvel Spider-Man 2. It would not be surprising to find her playing an integral role in the sequel. Now, as you guys know, in that trailer, she was found as a part, so that means that she is returning in Marvel Spider-Man 2, because like I said, based on, all the villains that are on Kraven's datapad, Black Cat was one of them that showed up, meaning that she's obviously going to be playing a huge part, along with for the fact that, the Black Suit's going to be involved, and, it's going to change Peter's personality and end up bonding with Peter, which is going to end up making him and Black Cat more of a new love interest for him as well. But following that, it says, therefore, there's a huge opportunity for Peter to talk to Black Cat while he wears the symbiote, and for Venom to interrogate Black Cat similarly once the symbiote is removed from Peter. It would be horrifying to see this level of brutality from Venom and cement him as a truly malicious villain in Marvel Spider-Man 2, especially now that fans have likely grown fond of Insomniac's interpretation of Black Cat. Now, I don't know about you guys, but we fell in love with Black Cat, especially in the high CLC. It was more or less for that. Now, seeing as that Peter is going to have the black symbiote on, there's going to be a little bit of stuff right there. But like I said, this honestly proves my point leading into, like I said before, with whoever is going to have the symbiote is obviously going to figure out where Spider-Man is. He's obviously going to interrogate everybody that Spider-Man has talked to, considering that you got to think the symbiote has and knows everything about what he's done and knows all the people that he's talked to. So who's to say Black Cat can't be on Venom's radar once he gets that host? But following that, it says Spectacular Spider-Man's Black Cat sewed Peter a cloth version of the black suit, which honestly leads into the dark suit that we got into the game. But following that, it says, culminating the symbiote run and celebrating its tenure, Spectacular Spider-Man issue number 99 has Felicia make a cloth rendition of the black suit for Peter, allowing the character to continue wearing the now iconic costume without needing to worry about how it's parasitically affecting him. In Marvel Spider-Man 2, this would be an excellent idea for multiple reasons. Felicia has already gifted Peter a black and red dark suit in Marvel Spider-Man for completing all the open world stakeout activities, and her own take on the symbiote suit's design would make for another unique suit that players could potentially earn by completing a side quest of hers. Now, this is obviously referring to the fact that we had to do a whole bunch of quests for, her dark suit, which would lead us to getting it in the game, which, if you guys didn't do the Black Cat stakeout missions, that was sort of leading into a DLC at the end, which we got in the form of City Never Sleeps. Now, for anybody that's played that, we could honestly get another rendition of the suit, because there's been a lot of mods of the dark suit with the white spider logo on there, and I feel like they could implement that in some way, or just transfer the suit over. At least that's my opinion on it, seeing as that Black Cat did make a cloth version of the black suit, and Peter had no idea what it was. Following that says, it's unknown how Marvel Spider-Man 2 plans to handle the symbiote's removal from gameplay, but Felicia making a similar suit for Peter would be a great way to commemorate it and also pay homage to the comics. This scene might never take place if the symbiote is not abandoned. However, it would be interesting to see how Insomniac's Felicia responds to him and the entire symbiote ordeal in the comics. Now, I don't know what you guys think about this, because for one, we already know for a fact that Black Cat already loved Spider-Man even without the symbiote. She already loved Peter without the symbiote on him. But him with the symbiote on was just insane. Like, you guys already know that Peter had that Riz with the symbiote on. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. And without a doubt, I'll see you guys later with another spectacular, Spidey, webtastic banger.